All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for tuning in for Blunt Logic. I believe it's episode 4. I don't really know. But I'm coming at you this week because it's Monday. And I've been talking with a lot of people about weight gain and weight loss. And so we've been going back and forth, myself and some other colleagues and some other friends that, I'm friends with. And something that always keeps popping up is this whole weight loss thing. Now, the reason why a lot of people nowadays cannot lose weight is because they eat like crap. That's the first, number one reason why you can't lose weight. But let's say you eat clean and you can't drop weight. Let's say you eat clean, you work out, and still can't drop weight. Why might that be happening? Well, there's a number of reasons why that could be happening. First off, get your hormones tested. Figure out if you have any hormonal imbalances that are causing your body not to be able to drop the weight. Whether it is making you more estrogen dominant, maybe you're not cycling properly. There has to be an underlying reason as to why you cannot. Now, the other reason that I feel is even more common is because you listen to too many people and you did too many diets. So when we talk about dieting, diet doesn't mean you're not eating any calories at all. Diet is just the way that you consume your nutrition, whether that's eating fats, whether that's eating carbohydrates, or whether that's eating your proteins. It's your macronutrients, more or less. Now, I don't know where or how this got perpetuated, but with people and the way that they are dieting nowadays, I want to smack the crap out of most bodybuilding coaches, trainers, whoever's out there telling people that starving yourself is the way to lose weight. And so I always told people this back in the day: stop starving yourself, because you put yourself into a famine mode and it makes your body store and hold on to all of the weight that you're consuming. And so I dove in and did even more research on it. And we talk about insulin, we talk about leptin, and we talk about other different receptors in the body that could be triggering your body again to hold on to more weight. So a diet that's becoming more popular is intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is usually very good, especially for men. But women can struggle with intermittent fasting because of this very reason. When your bodies go through withdrawal, more or less, and you're not putting any calories into your body starts going into a primitive mode or a starvation mode or a famine mode. So what it's going to do is it's going to slow down all of your body functions to make sure you do not have a high metabolism, to make sure you hold on to any weight that you consume in food, and make sure it sticks on your bones more than anything, so that way, just in case you starve yourself, which you usually do the next day, it has something to be able to live off of. Remember, our bodies are unbelievably smart. They're designed to keep us alive. So there's a lot of people out there, bodybuilders are one of the most common people who fall victim of this, is they'll have some crappy coaches that tell them that you just have to keep cutting calories, cut more. And then at the end, you blow out all their hormones, they go into insulin resistance, and then they turn into fat slobs afterwards, and they never really get their hormones back to normal. So that was one of the reasons I loved HiFit whenever I was doing my competitions. He actually force-fed me to eat, so that way he could get a base of how much food I can possibly consume, and then we'd pull from there. Now, obviously, you don't want to be eating 3,000-4,000 calories a day trying to lean up, but you at least have a starting point to say, my body can handle this, and now I have something to pull from, so you're not going from 1,000 calories down to 20 calories. You're going from 3,000, 3,500 calories down to whatever from there, whatever you need. But you're still giving your body nutrients. You're still allowing your body to eat. And that's where these consistent meals throughout the day can be beneficial for women. Now, on the other hand, another way that you can combat this is a diet that I'm absolutely in love with right now. It's the Bulletproof diet. So instead of feasting do your intermittent fasting and feasting on, usually people will eat crap for their dinner window, you start off in the morning, and I have my ghee that I put in my coffee, my Bulletproof coffee, and then I also have my Brain Octane Fuel, which is just extracted caprylic acid basically from coconut oil, and it's heavily dosed in the morning. I mix it up, blend it up, pour it in a cup, and I drink that. So instead of doing an intermittent fasting where you're basically putting your body into famine mode or starvation mode, you're giving your body calories, however, none of which are carbohydrates. And what the science shows is it can actually kick your body into ketosis, which allows your body to burn fat. So that way when you do introduce foods in the afternoon, you're not hurting yourself, you're allowing your body to function normally. So this can be very beneficial for women. Not only that, but the fats that are in the Bulletproof coffee are also great for allowing your body to produce cholesterol or to produce hormones, so that way if you do have any hormonal imbalances, you can work on balancing the body out from there. So that's one thing that, again, drives me absolutely nuts, and it's something that can happen. We've seen it a lot, and I'm sure you know somebody who has competed in a bodybuilding competition before. They made it all the way through, and then afterwards they put on 30 pounds in 3 days. And I'll be the first one to tell you, I've done that before. It's not very healthy. You can put on 30 pounds in 3 days or 4 days if you binge eat and try to get as much food on your body as possible, because the first show that I did do a calorie restricted diet, which held all of the weight off me. I was 173 pounds on a 6'2 frame. I was basically an alien, and somebody told me I had alien legs. I looked great in terms of having zero body fat on me, but whenever I went to eat, I had the advice from somebody that I had trusted at the time to eat as much as possible to be able to break through my old weight plateau, so that way I could weigh more after I was done. And I still remember to this day feeling just swollen. I felt like I had food stuck up to my throat. I wanted to throw up constantly just because I couldn't hold any more food down. He just kept telling me to pound pizza at McDonald's to try to get me to put on more mass. And sure enough, that screwed me up a good bit. I did put weight on, and talk about trying to get that weight off, it was borderline impossible. Because when your body goes into that starvation mode, remember your body's designed to keep you alive, like I said already, it will hold on to that weight just in case you decide to be psychotic again and do another bodybuilding show. So if you do choose to do fitness shows, bodybuilding shows, figure shows, whatever the heck kind of show is out there, make sure you have a coach that you can trust that actually knows a little thing or two about hormones and how to eat properly. And if they give you advice, make sure you follow the advice. And that's why I love Raul to death with Team High Fit, because he was always on top of that to make sure I was eating, to make sure I was making progress. So this whole thing, this whole going around in circle here is basically saying, blunt logic, use your freaking brain. Don't starve yourself, and just think about that. If you're starving yourself and you eat and you binge eat, your body will hold on to that. It will hold on to it. If you don't believe me, try it. But also listen to people that you trust whenever it comes to diet and nutrition. It is not, I don't want to say it's not that easy, but it can be very complicated if you're just jumping from diet to diet to diet. Say today I tried paleo and it didn't work for me, and then tomorrow I tried being a vegan, and then the next day I tried keto, and so on and so forth, and none of these diets are working for you. All you're doing is basically building your body back into insulin resistance, and you're not going to be able to lose weight because your body's going to be it's going to be running totally sporadic. You're going to have no control whatsoever, and then the weight gain is just going to keep going up. So first thing is, if you're trying to lose weight, test your foods. That is the first and foremost thing that I would tell anybody to do. Use your head. If you can control the food that you put in your body, you can control how it's causing inflammation in your body. With inflammation comes water weight, and with more inflammation causes intestinal damage, which causes you to have bloating, which has you have a little pooch for the women. For men, you'll get some boobies and a fat little belly down below. Second thing I would do is, if you're really nervous about it, do a hormone test. Test out your hormones and see what your hormones look like. I just got a test back. I just had a call with one of my patients about hormones, and what we're about to do with her is going to make a drastic influence on her health. And I'm super excited about that, because we were making strides, our energy was going up, but the weight just was not falling off, and we were missing that last piece, which was testing the hormones the full way. We do a Dutch test for the hormones. Don't just do a baseline piece of crap test that doesn't mean anything. Make sure you have an in-depth analysis, and then also make sure your freaking doctor sits you down and tells you about what they tested, because so often you get these hormone results back and you're like, I have no idea what the hell they even tested, so I'm just going to assume that I'm okay. I don't know what to do. Get them tested properly. And then past that, get on a normal workout routine. If you're too busy to work out, at least get outside and walk. And then just control what you're putting in your body. Control the food. Don't eat all the horrible things. If you have to, here's a rule of thumb too. If you have to ask me, or if you have to ask a doctor, or you have to ask a friend if something is healthy for you, it probably isn't healthy for you. And don't keep asking your friends or doctors or whatever until somebody says, yes, it's healthy, because a lot of people do that. They just keep asking people until somebody agrees with their own opinion on it. Don't be dumb. don't fall into that trap. Other than that, today really wasn't too much of a rant. I'm kind of sore. I played softball yesterday. I'm going to be playing softball again here today in about 2 hours or so. So So anyways, if you're looking to lose weight, do those two things. Test your foods, test your hormones. And if you're not going to the bathroom normally, you have digestive issues, I would test your stool instead of testing your hormones, unless you already know you have a hormonal issue, in which case just reach out to one of our Wellness Way offices. Pittsburgh, I'm here. You can go anywhere. Go to twwclinics.com and you can figure out a location that's closer to you. Now, I will end on like a 30-second rant, but holy cow, is it hot in Pittsburgh today. Holy cow. And I've got lights shining on me right now, and it's so hot. Our air conditioner is like broken. Our office air conditioner is like broken. And I am sweating like a pig. So on that note, I'm going to sign off here. You all try to stay cool today. Try to take baths and ice cubes if you need to. But love your life and love this weight loss goal. If you have one, set it and hit it. If you need help, reach out. That's all I can say. Take care, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. And hey, Heidi, thanks for waving.